The Whiskey Bros, your source for
I thought we were gonna do this on the
wine,
cheap.
everything fine.
Guess we're going. That was
Nice. Oh man,
I can see it on Chance's face.
What can you see?
The fact that we're recording.
Recording.
he looks at us like he's a ninja over there that he doesn't know that he hit record.
Why are you talking quiet again today?
I'm just talking normal. What are you talking about?
Hey, how you like my glasses?
They are very doctorish.
Yeah.
Are those not new?
Yeah, brand new.
Oh,
Are they?
you finally went?
Yeah, found them on the front aisle at Lowe's for like $4
Are they?
for the pair.
Are they just the blue light glasses, or are they actual?
Uh-uh.
Are they
They're-
readers?
They're just readers.
Huh.
Oh.
Interesting.
Is that all you need, really? In it?
Yeah, I just want to
Just
look
close-up
distinguished for you guys.
Oh,
Yeah. Apparently, I accomplished that.
I got
it's
to
probably making your eyes worse.
way over here to read my show notes because my phone's sending out 5G cancer waves.
You mean that monitor's not Bluetooth? You can't
It's weird.
send it to it?
No, the tiny little thing up
Yeah,
there. That's a cute monitor.
I don't.
Thanks.
I don't know that I could see anything on it anyway from here.
Yeah, I've spoiled you guys.
Yeah.
This is living the slum life
mean-
right now. What? What's that? Like 12 inches?
27 inch.
When 27 inches looks small.
I know.
Dude, we used to play on. That's
yeah.
that's a 27-inch screen down there,
Uh huh.
and that seemed monumental.
Oh yeah.
Now that's a 27-inch screen up there.
That's because that one weighs 400 pounds.
My first Mario Brothers TV was 14. You remember those little
yeah.
14 ones?
Yes.
Yeah, I had the tape deck in the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the antenna that stuck up the ass.
Mhm.
I think they measure the old ones horizontally like they knew that they do the new ones though.
No, I don't remember what
I don't know. I
it was.
wasn't actually buying monitors.
Should
Then.
have got my tape measure.
Yeah. That's a
Uh,
good thought, though.
So what was the first computer you had? Mine was Apple IIe.
as a family, or like after I got
Yeah.
out of the house, the family was like, it wasn't Apple. I think my mom bought it because everybody in school had apples,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a piece of junk.
Probably just brought a used one home from school.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
It was a piece of crap, and then we had a Gateway, and that was a piece of crap.
Mm.
But I faintly remember the old Apple. I think.
I don't think we owned a computer.
Speaking of moms, thanks Mama Dorothy for feeding us all scrumptious dinner tonight.
What was that, like
Corned beef, cabbage. She made
Potatoes, carrots. She had this very strange sauce.
are you talking about the glaze?
Let me tell you about that freaking sauce.
Yeah, what's in that sauce? In that glaze?
Yeah. Do you taste anything on your tongue, your palate about that sauce?
Yeah. Okay. So definitely some orange marmalade,
Yeah, definitely had
Right.
orange in it.
and then I thought it maybe had a little Weller in it.
Yeah,
I did taste specifically like Weller.
She says, "Hey, can I borrow some whiskey?" And I go, "Yeah, there's plenty of it out there. Just go get you some." And then I realized what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, she put freaking Weller 12 in it.
Oh shit! This is an ad.
I'm like, what is?
I don't know what's
What
happening.
No,
is
I
right now.
happening?
Oh, they changed it.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so we
I
got.
feel like we're entering the nerddom chat.
Yeah, were we not just
Yeah.
talking about one thing and Doc
We were-
just freaking
No, we were
went
talking
straight
about
to
like
some other
old
crap?
computers,
Take that,
and it got me
Dorothy.
nostalgic about Carmen San
okay.
Diego. So I was trying to find the theme song.
Where in the world is
Is
bump bump Carmen San Diego?
Right.
Wasn't there that bump bump?
That was a great game.
Oh, this is a game or a TV show? I just
Yeah, it
remember
was
the
a
show.
It was a game on floppy.
Oh, we went. Sorry, we didn't grow up in South Lake Carroll. We had the Oregon Trail.
South
Oregon
Lake.
Trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fancy games you guys had over there in public schools in South Lake. I mean, there's no
Oh
telling.
man, South Lake was wealthy at the time.
People on
Listen,
the beach cooking you food. And
You privileged bastards don't know anything about whether to ford the river or hire a float. Okay.
Wow, I lost the reference, but hey, whatever.
You South Lake people didn't have to worry about that option at all.
well, they always hired the float. But
Yeah, you've been. No,
South
I
Lake.
remember times where the float would Like I don't know how they randomized it.
No,
It was
yeah.
just
it was
computer
a
code.
joke.
but,
'Cause
yeah.
South Lake's got tons of money, so they would always hire the float. You
Well,
know?
they would have been like, no, let's dam up that river and build a city.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Shit.
That's
Screw the Oregon Trail. We just flew.
Why are we
flew
trying-
on a plane.
Look at these peasants down here and their mules and their wagons. What is wrong with these people? But anyways, thanks Dorothy for dinner.
Yeah.
And the Weller
the Weller 12.
the Weller glaze turned out fantastic.
Well,
Dude, speaking of like cabbage, I thought I smelled something up in here.
It wasn't me. So are you segueing us into the flatulent foods?
I don't know. That like cabbage has to be one of the top ones,
Cabbage? Oh God, yeah.
Brussels sprouts. I
Brussels
think's worse.
sprouts,
right? Yeah,
man.
foods that make you fart.
Oh well, no,
Yeah.
I get that. I take that back because Brussels sprout just stinks while you're cooking. It smells like.
No.
Yeah, but it does. It produces.
Yeah, they tear me up.
Yeah, I don't eat
It's
them.
like
So I don't
leafy
know.
greens. Period.
I eat a lot of broccoli, and I don't feel like it tears me up too bad.
Well, it's
but
not a leafy green. That's a.
Is that not? Does it not have leaves in its?
It's
green?
got. Well, you say that you could eat the broccoli leaves.
I see what you're saying.
Um,
Like kale and crap.
Yeah.
The actual leaf of it.
Yeah.
So well, of course, it's going to be fibrous foods like beans, bell peppers, stuff
Hey,
like that.
I don't have a glass down here, so sensuous.
Jeez, if you're
I
pouring.
know, right?
Tonight's, I guess we really should feature this Whistle Pig Boss Hog. We've had it in our possession for a while, and it's
Yeah.
over half gone now.
I know.
That is, I don't
might not
remember.
be right at
I don't
that.
know the name specifically of that one. It's 13 years old. Was it 58%?
So
Hey, go ahead and read it off. there, Doc.
59.4%,
Was close.
118 proof.
Mhm.
Okay.
13-year-old bottle.
Yeah, so
And
that's
it's-
by Whistle Pig. So that's undoubtedly Canadian distillate from Alberta Premium.
Alberta.
But I'm not real sure how Whistle
gotta be.
Pig.
One of my favorite ryes.
It's
It is probably my favorite rye.
It is a fantastic
personally.
rye. I don't know how
Thanks, sir.
Whistle Pig does their Boss Hog. That may be an estate. Cheers.
Cheers, brothers.
Cheers. That may be an estate distilled because it's so expensive. It's like $600 a bottle retail.
Yeah.
And
Dude, you could like peg somebody with this like bottle cap and then put them out. It's like so heavy.
Yeah, it's probably good old uranium
Well,
lead.
that's why that bottle's $500, sir.
Yeah, don't let it get too low or the bottle will like tip over.
Mhm.
Heavy ass bottle cap on there.
It is fabulous.
I'm not too sure of the history of Boss Hog.
Yeah.
I'm not either.
We were talking about this the other night. Like we should start featuring at least a
Yeah.
whiskey every show.
Whistle Pig Boss Hog. That's a great one to start.
Yeah, it'll kind of set the bar for a while, I bet. And
Yeah. Well, and too bad people can't. I mean, they can find it, but they can't afford it. It's like as much as that monitor we
Well,
just bought.
have friends that have it. That's the way you do it.
Yes.
And when we say feature a whiskey, we kind of what we just did because we're pretty lazy. So I don't know how much like homework we're really going to do. Is it going to be more like we're drinking this? Here's the numbers off the
Yeah.
label. This is good. This is bad.
Yeah, I guess we could give a little more detail than that. We remember that time we did the podcast, and it was all we just featured Thomas Handy, and
I think what was it?
we really structured that. Like we sat down, did
Yeah, we had
Did the notes.
yeah, did the notes.
Is that the one
kinda
where Doc destroyed the microphone?
Yeah, right in the middle.
Yeah. We like looked it up and then like compared our palette versus like the
Other
accepted
junk, yeah.
palette.
Yeah.
And the Whistle Pig Boss Hog for me is very personal. So it has
Tell us the cologne.
yeah, it has some like character to it that is reminiscent of
So
some perfume
character.
my high school girlfriend.
let's
What?
go.
Yeah.
What? Whoa!
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
Where was that
It's
girlfriend?
like this musky floral.
Yeah, was that girlfriend a man?
No.
What is
I
kind
didn't
of
date dudes back then.
Well, what kind of female wears a?
Well, I don't
cologne?
date dudes now.
I should say, I don't know if you caught on to the back then part. But
No, no offense to anybody who's gay. I actually like gay people.
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah.
But what female wears a cologne that is
well, a
anywhere
perfume.
resembling of whiskey?
A perfume, and
I
it's
know.
not. It's very subtle, like Elizabeth Arden sunflowers. You know, like cheap ass Walmart perfume. Something, yeah.
So let me ask you this: you say this is probably the or one of your favorite ryes.
Because of that, yeah. Because of that,
So what
very
was-
personal. Like because the
And see, that's I'm not going to say the worst
Mhm.
way, the reasoning
The
behind
olfactory center of the brain is very close to the memory center. And so if you smell or taste something that's reminiscent, it can like
Takes you back.
take
Yeah.
you back.
Same with
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So on taste alone,
hmm
if you did not think of your ex-girlfriend when you drank it,
Can't do it.
what?
I can't do it.
So what my question was, so you say this one's your top one.
Yeah. Well,
What,
for
what
very
was it
personal
before
reasons.
you tried this? Because none of us have tried this until what, 2 months ago?
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
said immediately whenever I tried it, I was like,
Yes.
holy shit.
Yeah, I remember.
Mhm.
But
It
what
is.
was your neck?
Yeah.
What was your rye before that, or did you have one?
yeah, probably William. No,
It's
no,
not
it
a
wasn't a
rye.
rye. It was probably, yeah, LaRue. Maybe.
So you didn't have just a rye off the top your go-to? Like mine's Pikesville.
Oh man,
I love me some Pikesville.
I've polarized towards probably. I'm in Pikesville. Few was good.
Few rye.
Yeah.
Pikesville is still like that
Yeah.
sleeper that thankfully everybody just overlooks.
And I really can't call this one like, that like it's just it has a
it's your
personal
unicorn,
floral.
though.
It's my unicorn.
Yeah, because you can't.
That's right.
We won't ever have another bottle. Of
Yeah,
that
we've all run
probably.
across
Yeah,
it
right.
multiple times, and everybody's like, it's a little too
That's too much,
expensive.
I know.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But then we go pay $600 to $1,000 for secondary market bottle.
I mean,
Another real good.
That money really is better spent on a monitor.
I guess
$600.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
okay.
we like it, but I also like that whiskey. It's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are the whiskey bros, so
Yeah.
maybe we should talk about whiskey.
But
And-
what's so?
Hold on, is there more
yeah.
Topo Chico out there? Or is
Yeah,
that
it's not cold.
Yeah,
I just
you know
put
how
them in
Doc
there.
Drinks anything. It's-
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's
I haven't
warm.
had Topo in forever.
Drink coffee cold. I drink Topo.
Warm,
Yeah.
Beer
and
warm.
beer warm.
Just
Yes, I do.
whatever. So another good.
In South Lake, we didn't have the luxury of ice.
Yeah. He had some poor bastard out there chipping it up for you, putting it in your refrigerator.
You go to the Arctic and cut me some ice and bring it back.
But another really great rye that is cheap is Elijah Craig rye.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
We had a bottle. Is that done?
Yeah, that's great
it's down
stuff,
at
too.
the Savage.
It didn't even cross my mind.
This
Yeah,
one was
that's true.
done, but I have another one down there. I need to bring it up here because it's phenomenal.
As good as this is, the Midwinter's Night's fantastic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my favorite's still got to be Handy. And I know it's prestigious and limited, but God, if you've ever had it,
It's good, man. That's what I mean. I love it. That's the reason why I like Pikesville so much because I think it's really close
yes,
to
and
that. But
obtainable and
Yeah.
not
well, kind of.
$700 a bottle.
Not if you're in Decatur, it's not.
Secondary prices are trending down, though, evidently. I haven't looked at any of those secondary markets in a while, but our buddy Garrett, who still is active in that, says,
Good.
yeah, they are trending down. So I asked him what he thought. Is it economically speaking, or do you think there is maybe like the demand for whiskeys or this trend has plateaued? And I think it's probably a combination of everything.
I bet it's the latter.
I wonder what's going to be the next.
I bet everybody who got it enthusiastic about it has filled their cabinets up
Yeah.
and they're like,
And they're just holding it.
yeah, they're just like, I'm great.
Yeah, but the secondary market people, they're not holding it. They're that's what screwed it all up is they're selling it.
Oh, they're reselling it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think that's.
I think
gone
people
anywhere.
have gotten just kind
Fed
of
up
burned
with
out.
that,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, but a market like that is fueled by new interest. So if anything,
True.
it's a lot. There's a little bit of pyramid to it in that it's like, okay, those guys can keep trading like this stuff
Mhm.
for higher price as long as there's somebody who's kind of new to this and is like,
willing to pay for it,
oh, they got a handy.
or willing to pay $400
William
for a bottle of
LaRue.
Eagle Rare.
Right.
And those are free. I mean, the prestige that surrounds those is
Mhm.
there for a reason. They're fantastic, but the prices are just dumb.
I mean, they are, but you said a bottle of Pikesville beside a bottle of Handy,
I can tell you which one's which all day long.
Yeah.
and ask me.
Which one do you like better?
No. Ask me. Are you going to buy that one for $40 or that one for $200 or whatever the hell you can buy it for them?
No
I'm
brainer.
buying the freaking Pikesville all day, every
Okay,
day.
first talking retail here, Handy's typically 100 to 125. So which one are you going to buy? If you saw
Well,
both walked in and they're both there
Name
on
the
the shelf.
last time you've seen a Handy in the wild.
This is a hypothetical.
Yeah, it is. Well, yeah. If for $125 versus $40, I don't know, man, because I'll probably buy the Handy once.
Everybody needs a handy once.
Everybody does.
Jeez.
There's the name of the podcast.
I think so.
Dude, so early.
I love how
It sounds a little premature.
Yeah. And we're done.
Yeah.
And we call it a night.
Cancel.
that could be
We plateaued.
that could be my favorite part of our podcast is we come into these things, have zero names, zero anything, and we just created on the fly.
Back to flatulent foods.
Yeah.
So the fibrous ones.
Fibrous ones, and then beers, like weeded beers, will just set me on
Yeah.
fire.
Don't drink
for-
beer though, man. They plummet your testosterone.
Well, yeah, okay. So beer definitely has become a more special thing. It's weird.
And what was it, 10 years ago? Beers, I mean, microbrews were all the rage.
Well, and
And
there,
they still kind of are, I guess.
yeah, I like sometimes it's nice to have a nice beer.
Cold beer.
But it's
Cold
more
beer.
manly, technically and scientifically speaking, to have a glass of red wine.
What?
Wait,
Oh, for
you put way too much
Testosterone,
stock
yeah.
into science.
Follow the science, bro.
Follow the science.
Follow the science.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Science.
Speaking of science, if we're done with flatulent foods,
Okay.
you sent me a podcast, and it's a bunch of lesbos talking about being
Does
moms.
that shock you at all?
No, it doesn't.
It's a great podcast.
But it was an awesome podcast.
Yeah. So this is Barry Weiss, one of my favorite journalists.
Okay. And she is the lesbian male counterpart to her female lesbian partner.
Yeah, I don't know. You lost me in titles there.
So
I
you
guess
just
she's
confused me.
the one that wears the pants, I think, because her partner's the one that had the baby. And
Yeah, I think you're right.
yeah, so this is a Bad Moms
So
podcast.
she's the one trying to be a dude.
Yeah, I think so.
Ain't that weird?
No, she's not. She's
Is she a trans?
no. She's just a
They made remarks like they conceived naturally.
lady. Don't get me.
Don't say they
get me
may
in the line.
have. You were about to say they may have. How is that possible, sir?
May have what?
You were just when he said they made it sound like they conceived naturally.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Maybe
You were about to say they may have.
maybe her partner had a a date gone around. I don't know that. Yeah,
Anyways,
but
assumptions aside, it was a fantastic.
with that said, they have a very young kid, like 4-month-old.
Yeah.
This is the
and-
Twitter fire thing, or
No.
No,
this is
this
we're gonna
is
get that.
Oh, okay.
Separate
Don't jump
but
the gun.
slightly connected, actually.
Squirrel, I noticed your podcast shirt's getting a little tighter there, bro.
No,
Did it
it's-
shrink up in the wash, or
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
that's my
Like, this is-
damn wife. Wash my clothes are shrinking.
This is good old cotton,
Mm-hmm.
right? It might as well be a potato
and-
sack,
Nice and
cotton.
fluffy, just like what's underneath it.
That's right.
But back to it. Yeah, it was a great podcast, and they talked about a lot of the nuances of parents being new parents and
Right.
the guidelines that you kind of seek out to help you establish your routines and learning about your kid and what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And basically, they're like, most of the stuff out there is complete bullshit.
Yeah, if you hear it, it's probably bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing they came away with was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't sleep your baby,
Yeah. Don't
Facing
put them
down.
Yeah. Don't put them on the stomach, and definitely don't get, significantly intoxicated while breastfeeding.
right.
There was,
So there's operative
The
words there.
mom.
Do not get
Obviously,
significantly
yes, the mom.
intoxicated while breastfeeding.
yeah.
But a little wine now and then,
Yeah, a little wine now and then is not going to hurt.
perfectly fine.
There was another.
I mean,
another
that's how the
no-no.
baby got here. A little wine now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
Yeah,
and-
but if you
I was
hear-
trying to think like I'm gonna
Just since your
give a
mind down
segue
it.
here that Sarah got that damn app that's like tracks your period, and then the last time you made love, and I was like, don't ever tell me that you're using that app.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to know. I don't care. Don't put that kind of pressure on me. Just tell me you're in the mood. Let's go to the bedroom.
Yep.
Yeah. What's the purpose of the app?
So it tracks when you're
Cycles.
ovulating.
Oh, okay. I got you. To
Yeah.
be a form of natural birth control.
But this podcast was pretty revealing. I didn't even know that there was again, back in the day, trust the science, there was a generation of women that had a vaccination that stopped them from producing milk because
Right.
breastfeeding was regarded as poor, white trash.
Yep.
It was frowned upon.
Is that true, Southlake?
That's true. That's true.
They did not have that vaccine there.
When commercial formula came along, it was a very popular thing, and
So they were
breastfeeding was
trying
only
to-
what poor people
Man,
did.
it's
They
so
were
there's-
trying to.
Right.
It's like there's a correlation there with
There's definitely
money.
a correlation
Huh.
with
I think
money.
toilet paper is the same thing, wasn't it?
But the money is coming from a corporation that makes the formula, and the doctors are giving the vaccine. How would
Wait.
those tie together? That wouldn't. That's not ethical, is it? Why would that happen? That wouldn't be anything like what we have these days.
No,
Right.
not at
Surely
all.
that's just ancient history.
It's and I don't know enough about it, but like, on what grounds was breastfeeding discouraged?
According to them, it was just frowned upon because it was regarded as poor folk
Yeah.
methods. And they did remark in this that as you go on, like past a month, maybe it's a month or 4 months, you've already done all the breastfeeding you really realistically need to.
Right. So women, the moral of that story is women should not beat themselves up if they get to 6 months and their milk is waning,
Yeah.
or they're
Or if they're just exhausted.
they're exhausted.
Sarah is. I mean,
Right.
she's been great, but this has been tough for her because our kid is like between every 2 hours and sometimes every hour.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
at this point, week 3, she's every time she feeds, according to the bottle that I give her, she's taking in about 80 milliliters of milk each feeding. So she's significantly. This is the word of the day for me. Very hungry.
Yeah. And so this is interesting. One of the fun facts I learned recently was, what popularized clean shaven was the fact that Bic was created.
Oh yeah, we had razors available.
Yeah, and so there was a media campaign to popularize shaving every day. Beards went away, and that was it's like every
So did testosterone.
every portrayal of a man in the media was clean shaven.
Yeah.
Right.
Which makes me wonder.
Yeah.
Pubic hair or no pubic hair?
Oh, so that's interesting.
I
Yeah.
mean, if we're gonna talk about clean shaven and things that didn't really happen until those razors.
I mean,
were
purists would say keep the hair.
Mm-hmm. There for some reason, right?
Yeah, there's some bio kind of, I don't know, some biologic reason to have it.
Yeah, but that could be argued that our ancient ancestors were much more hairy on their body,
Had less clothes.
in totality too.
Well, yeah, and they had to keep their junk,
Protection.
protected in
Yeah.
inclement weather.
So we don't need that anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
theoretically.
just gonna say it. Clean shaven.
For me,
For
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm a
Not on my face.
What is
type
this?
of guy.
What is this
I'm a
mumbling? I'm
type of guy.
Oh yeah,
No, I don't shave
get
down there.
I don't get the
What?
razor
Yeah, I
out.
don't shave down there. I don't get the
No,
razor
I
out.
don't. He gets the trimmers.
Oh,
the same thing
yeah.
I do. I
I
don't
was
get the
gonna say-
razor out either down there. That's not.
I do. You got to
No.
get the old underside.
No.
You know,
You get the ra- you get
few
the
randoms that go
trimmers.
up the belly of the
no,
beast.
get the trimmers out.
But
I was going to say we've all seen his. We know he does trim.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
least.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it
Just
looks
not the
bigger
razor.
too once you get rid
I'm
of the
very
hair.
biologic, by nature. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
On this episode, Dick talks with Doc.
Yep. Dick Doc talks. Doc Dick talks.
I'm
All
very
right.
grateful for the razor in that
Yeah.
case. You know?
Yeah, and so it's like personal preference. We've learned over time that it's cool to have a beard, right?
A beard?
A beard.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously we
I don't-
favor.
but I don't think I have a beard because I think it's cool in the
Yeah.
times.
I'm surprised how many politicians we don't have with beards.
With beards, yeah.
Yeah, that's still seen as a.
You're shocked that we don't see more politicians
Yeah.
with beards?
How many politicians you know with beards? Not many. You know a few. I could name them, but
Not too many of them.
Well,
Yeah.
in the last 20 years, I mean, right after September 11th happened, if you had a beard, people would be like, what are you trying to be like the Taliban?
Taliban.
You an Iraqi? You an Afghani trying to be a Taliban? You
Yeah,
terrorist?
It's probably something to do with, I don't know, beards when you're in the professional world. You don't see a lot of beards. Like you don't normally see a lot of beards in police departments, fire departments they can't, but
yeah, because of the mask.
yeah, but like most of your real professional, I don't know what
Right.
it is where they don't think the beard is professional looking.
Even presidents, the only one that comes to mind
Recently,
is Abraham Lincoln,
yeah. Well, okay,
who
but
sported a beard. Not even Teddy
Didn't
Teddy
Teddy
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt?
He didn't sport a beard.
really,
He was clean shaven.
Yeah, I don't
I swear
think
to
so.
God.
yeah,
Wonder what happened. Wonder why they went away. Wonder why people went away from beard.
the Bic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
There was a consumable item to that could be sold.
Is the Bic even out anymore? I don't even know.
Yeah, well, now it's Dollar Shave Club, but
Well,
the
there's a
safety
bunch of
razor
them out there, yeah.
essentially.
Wonder if Bic. I bet you can still buy Bic because they're big in
Oh,
the.
you can buy Bics.
They're big in the throwaway razors now,
Yeah.
aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah,
Back to our last conversation of last week. We love consumable things.
it's true. I was observing our usage of paper plates.
Yeah.
I can't get my family turned off of paper plates, and that's like we'll be cooking and you know I'm pretty conscientious. Like, okay, well, I go get a glass plate, especially on the Hills of Wills.
Mhm.
Okay, that was a impromptu rhyme. Hills of Wills video. Will Wright.
Oh, yeah.
Where we talked about, okay, the what you eat your food on is just as important as the food itself,
Sure.
right? And number of times I've tried to eat something that I was cutting on a paper plate, and then I'm just like, it creates a frustrating situation. So
Yeah.
I said, okay, if I'm eating at home, I'm eating on a real plate. I'm not going to eat on paper plates.
You may have to tell you how to get your family on board.
Stop buying paper plates.
That, but
I'm not
but,
one that does the shopping.
But you also tell them you will wash every dish.
Yeah, I do that. And
Well, then
and
what-
now it's become a thing,
Well, if you're washing dishes, why do they care what they eat on?
right? It's become a thing. They will use paper plates because they're more
Well,
convenient.
now you're wasting water and destroying the environment.
Well,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
How is
That argument has been made, believe it
I
or not.
know.
how is it more
I'm being
convenient?
facetious.
Well, sosa consumable.
How is it more convenient if you're doing the dishes though?
It's just it's an unreasonable argument. Like if you're at home eating, use a paper plate, and that way you don't spend money on a plate, and then you don't have to deal with the trash,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Well, that's how lazy I think as Americans we've got, because
Right.
I have a dishwasher, not my
Yeah.
wife and kids or myself, but an actual dishwasher.
Yeah.
But we still do the whole paper plate thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how
'Cause
lazy we become.
It's so
Yeah.
hard to take it from the sink down to the dishwasher,
Dishwasher.
that the
Well,
plank just chunk it in the trash.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, we could wash the dishes after every meal. Think about that.
Mhm.
Just like, take that like sponge on a soapy stick.
Right.
It's like the stick with the soap in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, well, and then you're done. It's
Yep.
like,
Then you got to dry them when they take up space on the counter. I'm a dishwasher all day.
Oh
long.
yeah, me
which
too.
great.
Yeah.
Because it's not just
Great.
a plate. You got the pans, you got the crap you just made dinner in.
But
And it's
mean-
not, I'm not virtue like signaling. It's
Right.
it's like if I'm cooking a big meal, I'll use those aluminum pans just so I don't have to dick with the,
and water is
other pans
100% recyclable.
yeah,
Water
theoretically
truly never leaves the goddamn planet.
it's true. Yeah.
You intake it, you utilize the minerals out of it, you pee it out, it evaporates or goes back into the ground.
Right.
You use it, it goes into the sewer gets filtered out, run and processed into the ground or out through and into a reservoir, whatever.
Mhm.
Water never leaves this planet.
True.
Neither does plastic.
Yeah.
And we're into microplastics now. Well, tell us then why you have this note on here of Doc's most and least favorite coffee cup.
Oh, that's what I was thinking about this. Okay, so I got this gift at the old clinic, and it says coffee cup, and I couldn't find this coffee cup recently, so I was digging in for. Okay, so I drink out of a special coffee cup every day, and it's one that my daughters have put their kind of artwork prints on, and I have different artwork prints that I kind of start my day depending if I'm a little flustered or it's a weird Doc thing. That's but I was going through and organizing these coffee cups, and I noticed there wasn't. I was missing one. Okay, and so I got to reflecting on this coffee cup, and it was a gift that was given to me at the old clinic, and the phrase on it was, "Don't confuse my doctorate degree with your Google search," or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And I got to thinking, well, I'm so glad I've moved away to or moved in the direction of actually hating that phrase. And I do hate it because I think it's reflective of the medical industry and how we got away from the public.
What phrase? I Googled it.
Yeah, it's like, don't confuse my medical degree with your Google search.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's like, whenever I think about that, I'm like, no. Okay, so if I am a patient and I have a condition, or if I have a patient who has a condition, I want them to Google that shit. Like, I want them to learn as much on their own about
Do you? Because
whatever's
when people
bothering
Google it,
them.
they undoubtedly go, I have cancer.
Yeah, sometimes they
What is-
do.
Yeah, does that not make your job harder? Because let's just say, for instance, I come to you for hemorrhoids.
Yes.
You have cancer.
Yeah, you.
But then I've
cancer
Googled-
of the butt.
Yes, I've Google searched
Right.
for 17 days straight, no
Yeah.
sleep whatsoever.
First of all, if you think it's cancer of the butt, you're only going to get 1 day into that search.
Right, well, I'm just
Right.
throwing,
That quick,
throwing
huh?
some stuff. I mean,
Yeah, because you're like, I got cancer of the butt.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I
and
got to
you-
go call to my doctor now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just using hemorrhoids for instance because
You have them?
oh god, yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
so.
You got them, Doc? You got the roids?
The roids.
The hemorrhoids?
Yeah, when I eat shitty.
Oh, so anyway, back to my story.
Anyways.
But what I'm saying is, at first, I only were coming to you because I think I might have hemorrhoids.
Right.
Now I'm coming to you because I think I might have freaking ass cancer, and instead of you just treating me
From your
for
time in prison.
yes, from my time in prison,
Yeah.
back in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Hard
So
days.
so
And prison
instead,
doesn't count as gay,
instead of you
by the
just
way.
being able to treat me, say take your pants down. Oh, let me look at your butt. Yep, you got hemorrhoids. Here's some cream. That easy. Now you got to convince me that I don't have ass cancer from Vietnam when I was in prison.
Right. Right.
So does it not making your job harder to get all that crap out of their head?
Yeah.
Because you know that what's the big giant place?
This is good. I like this.
The big
I like
place
this.
is it in Houston? The Mayo Clinic.
You're leading me to
yeah.
good places.
I mean, everybody goes off the Mayo Clinic thing.
okay, so what's my job?
You're
You're a
a
doctor?
general practitioner,
Yeah, I know, but what's my
a medical
job
doctor
as general practitioner?
To fix my
to
shit.
touch people.
Okay. I would say both of y'all are terribly confused.
I'm not. Your job is to tell me what's wrong with me.
I know
and
that's
fix it.
where we got off wrong.
Your job is to advise me on how to take care of my health
Yeah. Okay. So
or fix me if I have.
my
cancer of the
job isn't to fix your shit, right? It's like, okay, my job is not to fix your shit. My job is to improve your agency with regards to your health, right?
Yes.
And that's what our job should be.
Okay.
It's like, but somewhere we got into this notion that doctors fixed our shit.
And AKA,
Right?
oh, there's a pill for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Doc, I've got this going on. I saw this commercial. Oh, yeah, we got a pill for that. That'll be a $50 copay.
Well, sometimes we do
There you
that.
go.
I mean, it's like you got strep throat, take a pill.
Yeah. I mean,
You know, it's like,
Viagra's
you're
great.
not dying of throat cancer. Here, boom. Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy because this coffee cup kind of sent me down this rabbit hole of being like, yeah, it's my least favorite coffee. It's my least favorite expression, and it's kind of my favorite expression because it makes me have this higher reflectivity.
Remind me of
the-
what's on the coffee cup again.
Don't confuse my doctorate degree for your Google search.
Okay.
It's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Google your shit, and come tell me about it.
Okay.
And I'll say this, you might be surprised how many times that patients actually come in and they tell me exactly what they have. or
Accurately, though?
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
But see, I don't like doing that to doctors, not just you, but any doctors. I don't like going in when
Why?
they ask because I feel like I'm paying you. You tell me what's wrong with my butt. I don't want to have to tell you what's going on with me.
Sir, you have ass cancer.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
I don't want to feel like I'm the one
But let's
because
not.
then I'm not. And like I said, I'm just going off of other things because sometimes I'll go into a doctor and hey, what's going on with you? And I'll be like, oh, it's this, this, and this, and this. But they won't go and do any other more research. They just go off of what I'm telling them and go, okay, we'll take this and fix it.
Let's not pretend too that doctors don't have to search something. Just like a lawyer,
yeah.
you don't have 700 books worth of data stored in your head.
No.
You have to reference something too at some
Yes.
at some juncture, surely.
A number of sources.
Well, they do, but like I don't want to throw nothing out there, but like at one point in time, you showed me like you guys have like I think I don't know if it's every doctor, but y'all have like
That's
an
one of my
entire
favorite.
community of freaking doctors.
Yeah, Up to Date is one of my favorite sources.
Yeah, I remember. I couldn't remember what it was, but
Yeah, and it's
that was
like
cool.
I mean, we pay $500 a year for
Right.
it, and it is like the most up to date information.
But it's basically a Google search for doctors, correct?
Right,
Like it's doctors
right.
putting in
It's review articles. So these articles actually are written by experts in that specific thing. And then they say, this is what all the studies say, and we generally support this
Right.
approach.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. We looked at it a little bit.
right. But what's crazy is who's helped your back the most?
Well, it's still hurting. Since it started, the physical therapy lady.
Yeah, right. And so wasn't me. It wasn't the rheumatologist. It wasn't
any
the
of them.
neurologist. It was the physical therapist.
Yeah.
But was that as your under your advisement?
No, well,
No,
I mean,
it
he's
was-
got a great Dell,
Yeah.
North Texas physical therapy and
She
rehab.
basically wrapped a
Yeah,
towel around my ankle.
yanked the
and
shit out
my-
of him.
Yanked my leg off.
Nice.
Yeah, but
But
it
it was
fixed
my.
him.
It was my. Well, don't
For a few
I don't-
days.
I don't want to use the fix as the word because it
I know,
still
right?
hurts, but it's definitely way better.
It indicated that he should be spending some time
Yoga.
I want to
doing yoga.
finish up this Bad Moms podcast too, just so people other.
Okay.
There was other good data and other good info in there too, especially a lot related to the psychosis that leaders and
Right.
politicians put us through with children and how
Yeah.
they treated children in the fucking
Yeah.
pandemic. And they
Right, that
like,
psychosis, right?
yeah,
Psychosis.
They
Yep.
and they're not held accountable. None of them have apologized and said, "Oh, we did this stupidly."
Not yet.
And they're not, and nobody's expecting that. Nobody's calling them out. No, and they're going to get. I don't know, man. I hope there is a mass
This leads me over-
non-reelection of a lot of elected officials in charge
there-
right now.
I don't know this, but there was a Supreme Court case that actually that went up to the Supreme Court. I think it got turned down, like they're not hearing the case.
Hold on, but look, pause right there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lose your spot. Bad Moms with Emily Oster. It's honestly with
Yep.
Barry Weiss. That's the podcast,
podcast.
to look it up. And even if you're a dad,
It's
take
great.
it, and listen to it. It's a good episode of just a minute, an hour and 21 minutes of your time.
Barry Weiss, she's a great podcaster to listen to. She was a ex New York Times reporter. She leans left, and I don't lean left, but I kind of use her to, kind of stay in touch with some of the more reasonable side of left
Yes.
thinking,
Yeah.
right? And it's good to listen to people you don't agree with,
That is a healthy position to be in for everybody.
right?
Hardcore right wingers, hardcore left, whatever. Move towards the center.
Yeah. Question those elements, which
Question
make
your
you,
institutions, which they reiterated over and over on this
Yeah.
podcast.
yeah.
I was blown away to hear that, like, just a few generations removed ago, there was a vaccine to stop breast milk.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane to me.
Can you trust your institutions at all?
No,
Hardcore?
I think the CDC should be laughed out of existence.
Right.
Like, if anybody references something they want to talk to me about, then they want to reference the CDC, I want to laugh them into submission.
FDA?
Same thing.
NIH?
Same thing.
I got you.
CIA.
AAP?
You hear that, CIA? You
FBI?
listen? Yeah, same thing.
ISD.
Yeah. So if it's got letters,
Yeah. Not so trustworthy.
yeah, I got you.
Not
And
for the
the stuff-
individual, at least. Maybe for the hive mind.
What do you know about the Twitter files?
Absolutely nothing. I saw that you had this
Holy
on here.
shit.
Hold on. We were paused
Okay.
on another. Should we
well-
just go ahead and
No, go ahead.
no? But I paused you on a topic, and
No, oh, yeah. I was just, I don't know what I was talking about.
I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Twitter files. I really don't. I just know that basically the gist of it was the Biden administration and the current powers that be literally came into the offices of Twitter and said, you cannot distribute this information, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, it's putting it a little too lightly.
Okay. You can elaborate
That's
because you know more about this than we do.
Okay,
Is this
so
pre Elon or after?
Pre.
this is pre.
Oh, okay.
Discovered under Elon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, which is crazy. I don't understand that specific dynamic anyway. It's okay. So Elon was savior of the world, and then he was absolute demon whenever he bought Twitter.
Yeah. Because he said everybody should have their opinion heard, basically.
Yeah. So he flipped. Like, people hate
Yeah.
Elon right
And
now.
I didn't ever really care. Even if Twitter was censoring people, it's a private company, and
Hold on.
I didn't really
Hold on.
give a shit until I'm like, okay, if you don't like how Twitter handles things, don't use them.
Okay, so
Don't use
that's
them.
what I thought.
And then I
Yeah.
was fine with that. And then Elon came along and like hell froze over.
right.
It was
Right.
he just basically said, I'm buying this company and I want everybody's opinion to be heard.
Yep.
To an extent, like you can't threaten violence against people. You can't
So-
kidnap children, stuff like that, But other than that, it was relatable every day. This person was shadow banned or censored or whatever. And the people against him just lost their fucking mind.
Right.
And that's exactly the turning point for me where it's like, no, these people are psychopaths and they
Yeah.
should not have
Okay, so in December,
they should not have control.
this past December, Elon released some, I don't know, 50,000 communications that happened since apparently the Hunter Biden laptop
Uh-huh.
scandal.
Mhm.
Okay.
Which is the source for all of this. I think the Ukraine is involved, China.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but he released it. He released it to 3 journalists.
Mhm.
Okay, one of them is Barry Weiss
Okay.
on the Honestly podcast.
Interesting.
So he picked somebody who was left of center,
Mhm.
and then Matt Taibbi. Have you ever heard of Matt Taibbi?
I don't think so.
This is where I would recommend is go to Matt Taibbi's Substack.
Okay.
So it's Taibbi.
Okay.
It's
Explain.
Taibbi.
I've seen the Substack stuff pop up. Explain
Yeah.
what a Substack is.
No, some of my favorite, I guess, sources have Substack. So Substack came around during the time of COVID
Mhm.
as being a regulated place that you could plug into a journalist and just pay them for their material.
Okay.
So like for instance, Matt Taibbi, he had a Substack, or I use Barry Weiss. Barry Weiss left the New York Times because, man, that organization's shady, and started her own Substack, and then you could pay her $5 a month subscription for her material.
And they're creating this information and this data, whether they're getting paid or not.
Right.
So it's not
exactly.
agenda driven. They don't have.
No.
They're not doing it for the benefit of somebody else.
Right.
They are. That is the true essence of journalism. They are collecting it, reporting it, and it's there and available, whether they're getting paid or not.
Yeah, some of the more honest epidemiologists, immunologists, virologists went to Substack during the time of COVID so they could actually release their data.
Okay.
And so I ended up on Substack quite a bit by virtue of that. But okay, so Barry Weiss, Matt Taibbi, Schellenberger, I think it's Schellenberger, but 3 journalists Elon released these communications to, and since December they've been going through this like 50,000 communications, and all this stuff is coming to light. And so I asked you guys, I asked my wife, I asked my business partner, I was like, oh, have you heard the Twitter files yet? And they're like, no, I've not heard of the Twitter files. And the shit that's coming out is fucking crazy.
But it's
like,
not to the point of mainstream yet.
It's not getting covered in mainstream.
Right.
It's not getting covered in mainstream, but we're talking the Biden administration didn't just call and kind of request some people get canceled or not to put out certain information. It's like
They threatened.
the Biden administration, the Democratic Party, the FBI, the CIA were lockstep in consistently shutting down people and information that didn't follow the narrative. And
that's some seedy stuff. Like everybody involved with that should be thrown
Right.
in prison and the key thrown away and never seen the light of day again.
I'm talking true violation of the First Amendment.
Yeah.
And it's not conspiracy. It's like
It's there. Yeah,
this actually happened.
Mhm.
There was some communication, like ongoing communication that was set up between Twitter and the FBI in the San Francisco office of the FBI that constantly fed information back and forth. You had several instances of a staffer of a Democratic senator
Mm-hmm.
who would call Twitter to demand that people be removed or blacklisted from Twitter. And it's not just Twitter, it's Facebook as well. So,
And other sources.
yeah, other social media.
Speaking of leftist cesspools,
Yeah.
I am now permabanned from Reddit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How did you actually achieve this?
Okay, so there was a video of a bunch of, of course, it's in California, a bunch of thugs robbing an Amazon truck, like in the middle of the daylight, pulled up,
I gotcha.
multiple of them, and just come out. I don't know where they came from.
It's a good target. Like
They
if
look
you
like
want some
cockroaches just coming out of the woodwork.
you want some shit? Pick you an Amazon
So
truck.
they robbed this Amazon truck, and then there's a lady standing by and just kind of standing there witnessing this. Well, one of these assholes comes over, grabs her purse, pulls her down face first on pavement, grabs her purse, and runs off. So my comment is, make corporal punishment a thing again. I feel like that's a theme we've talked on here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm permanently banned from Reddit for encouraging violence.
Mm.
I mean, the world we live in.
On a video that they put out, nothing but violence.
Yeah. That's tough, man.
Mhm.
That's-
Yeah,
That
you probably shouldn't have
Reddit
been on
is a
Reddit
leftist
Well,
basement dwelling cesspool.
It's interesting. If okay, so there's another podcast that I heard about it on Barry Weiss, and I've listened up to, but it is the
aggressive.
let me find it.
Cheers.
So, here we go. Okay, so the witch trials of J.K. Rowling.
Oh, yes.
Okay, very informative podcast, but it delves into why J.K. Rowling originally got roasted on the right
Mhm.
and then got roasted on the left.
She got roasted on the right because the religious fanatics were
Yeah.
comparing her to witchcraft.
Promoting
or
witchcraft.
Or satanic.
Right. And it goes into the social movements, which kind of fueled that.
Mhm.
And then the social movement that's kind of fueling her cancellation on the left.
Yeah.
And having to do with, and we haven't got there in the podcast, so,
Mhm.
but it's something about some comments about trans people.
I don't know specifically what her comment about trans people
Right.
is, but I don't care. I've made plenty of terrible comments about trans people, and I'll
Mhm.
continue to do so because you know what? I don't really give a shit what they think.
Well, and I think the point I'm making is like all that like started with actually it makes a good argument. Tumblr is where this new speak, this wokeism actually came out into the public.
Okay.
And at the time you had Tumblr and you had its opposite, 4chan,
Mhm.
which was how Tumblr was figuring out how you can be sensitive to other people, and 4chan was figuring out how you can be
Assertive.
not assertive, but
Tumblr was like
damn right
not
offensive.
I think-
offensive.
I think sensitive is their terminology. Victimization is the correct terminology.
right.
Like everybody has to be a victim now.
But
I
I feel like
identify with this movement. Therefore, I am oppressed and I am a victim.
right. That was Tumblr.
Yeah.
That was Tumblr. And then before it became porn, obviously.
I've never used Tumblr.
Yeah, I think it became dominated by porn. But then so did 4chan, right?
I never have used either of those.
Yeah.
So
But 4chan led to what is now kind of Reddit,
okay.
right? And then I guess in an effort to clean Reddit up, you got canceled. Big dude. Yeah.
So tell us again where we find out a little more information on the Twitter files. It's a Barry Weiss. No. Barry Weiss
First of
is
all,
the-
listen to Joe Rogan and Matt Taibbi.
Do you know that episode number?
Yeah, I do. As a matter, it wasn't too far back.
The Barry Weiss one was the one with J.K. Rowling, correct?
Okay, so the J.K. Rowling is called the
Is that not
Witch Trials of J.K. Rowling.
Is that a separate podcast?
It's a separate podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Matt Taibbi is episode number. Oh shit! Oh, there it is. There it is. 1940. That's correct.
Hmm.
And the date on that is February 13th, so day before. But yeah, go back through the Joe Rogan podcast, listen to that one, and it goes into the Twitter files.
Okay.
It'll piss you off. I don't know what to do about it. It's like I
Well,
hope that justice is.
Enough people just need to hear it.
That's exactly right.
I mean, I don't even know if that's true.
I hope that justice will be dealt, but
Because as Americans, we're so freaking lazy. No matter if we hear it, we're not going to do nothing about it.
Maybe that era's coming to an end.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
God,
I mean, it just takes a little pushback
I hope so.
and some elections.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as it stands now, so maybe there is some good that comes from this. Maybe people wake up and they're like, okay, if some agency tells me this,
Mhm.
it's probably not true, and I'm going to have to figure out whether it is true, but otherwise I'm just not going to believe it.
Like I would have thought we were already there.
Well, obviously
prior
not.
to COVID.
No, obviously not, because
Well,
look what happened.
not the majority of us weren't. But,
yeah, well,
I
look
mean,
what happened.
That's what I don't
Yeah.
understand is we were like, what were they doing to our kids? What were we allowing them to do to our kids? Should be what we were asking.
You had mamas jabbing their kids
Yeah,
with COVID shots.
yeah.
It's like, that really happened.
Oh yeah,
And COVID rarely, if ever, affected children
Yeah.
negatively.
Yeah, well, they like all sensibility was lost in the psychosis of the time,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's just crazy.
It's funny. You take that and pair it with the witch trial shit,
Mm.
and it's like, yeah, there is some social psychosis that really did happen.
Yeah. Speaking of social psychosis, have you wrapped up? You think you got it?
Shit, I don't know. That's-
You want to talk
I'm
about
on fire tonight.
about a great movie that parallels like the social extremes of wealth and poverty? The Korean movie Parasite.
I watched that today.
Have you? Did
On
you
your
seriously watch-
recommendation.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Have you watched it
No, I
yet?
don't think so.
Man, it is fantastic.
Very compelling.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's I guess a little dark humor too, but it also has like this underlying social, the despair and the wittiness of the poor, and the absent-mindedness and the
Of the rich.
yeah. What's the word I'm looking? Like where you don't care.
Savage Bro.
Yeah, basically. No.
Yeah, the aloofness.
Yeah, an aloofness. There's still
Yeah.
another word I can't think of.
Yeah, it takes me like 6 months to go down a rabbit hole every time you tell me to watch a movie. Ever since you did Rubber Tire to me.
If you want a great movie, we got a great movie. It's called Rubber.
I feel like the creators of Rubber need to throw us some sponsorship money because there ain't no damn people on the planet talking about that movie more than we do.
There is no way they have any money to throw us.
yeah.
Somebody does because
somebody
they
does,
had the
yeah.
budget to make a goddamn movie about a killer tire.
Okay.
I still love that movie. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I love it.
Yeah, you just, oh my
But
God.
the movie Parasite is great. Sarah and I watched it recently, and she usually hates movies with subtitles.
Mm.
She was enthralled.
Oh, is this the Korean
See-
one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I had a relationship with an older, professional relationship with older physician in Decatur, and I would have described him as that. He was just
Mhm.
kind of,
Aloof.
disconnected with
Yeah.
the reality.
Oblivious was another word I was looking for.
Right, oblivious, disconnected with the reality of
Mhm.
people who have harsher lives.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but interesting. The movie kind of makes a point of poverty kind of causing people to think more creatively, to be able to bend the rules a little bit.
Yeah.
To kind of engineer things in their favor. And it's like, wow.
I'd say it's just reflective
That's-
of like typical human nature. You are your environment. If your environment is comfortable and provided for,
Yeah.
so is your mentality. If your environment is hostile and takes some work to keep up, so is your mentality.
Right.
Survival of the fittest.
I did not expect the outcome, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I can't spoil it. It's like, okay, in what setting should people watch this movie? How about that?
When they have lots of time or like at least 2 hours and no distractions.
Yeah, I got you. It's a very hard thing to watch for 2 hours.
It is, but I don't know, man. I loved it.
Yeah.
great cinematography. And then the other one was Donnie Darko, which is now a 20-year-old movie.
Yeah, great show though.
So, have you watched Donnie Darko, Savage?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It took me a while to kind of even grasp what happened in that movie.
What's even wilder is part of the production crew is the same guy that did Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith.
Really?
And Jay and Silent Bob was not a movie for big thinkers.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. That
but-
you know of.
So Donnie Darko, there's literally pages worth of theories on what exactly.
Yeah.
Was it a movie about paranoid schizophrenia? Was it a movie about time travel? Was it a movie about the multiverse? Was it a movie about a kid that actually died and had a your when you die you have your flashback?
Yeah.
You relive moments of your life, but instead this was kind of a flash
Life
forward.
flashes before your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a flash forward.
Yeah. And so he lived out in his final dying moments. You know, what is a dream? In a dream, if you're in a dream for hours, it's really 5 minutes in reality or something like that.
Right. Then and was it like what is reality? Is reality what you consciously develop in your brain?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've thought about that so much more after having a newborn too. Like, what is her reality right now? What is she? You know, obviously her vision is not fully formed, but like, what is she? The kid. I didn't know this, but baby's dream.
Yes.
Like what is her reality? What is causing her to dream? What is she thinking of?
Rivers of white milk.
Yeah. What is a dream? It's not thinking.
No, you're processing something existential.
Right. Some part of your brain is working through scenarios
Mm-hmm. Or are you reliving bits of your past life?
or making sense of the unsensible.
My mom tells me this story. I have no vivid memory of it. I can recollect whatsoever of a potential past life. I guess. So this eye right here is kind of lazy, and then I have a hole in the head. So back here,
we know
that
what
was
the real story is about that.
Yeah.
eye.
the story is I was a little kid playing in the back of the
Toxic
car.
Semen.
Oh God.
I was a little kid playing in the back of the car, and she said, I just all of a sudden, out of my jovialness and just being a little kid, got real stoic and sincere. And I looked her in the eye. I'm like, Mom, why did my friend shoot me? She kind of gasped and was like, "What do you mean? Nobody shot you?" I said, "No,
So that
my
really,
friend shot
that
me.
really
He
happened.
He shot me." And then she said, "I clicked out of it and went right back to playing with my toys like nothing." And she said she asked me about it a few minutes later. I couldn't.
Nothing. No recollection.
Yeah. So evidently, in the past life, I pissed somebody off and they shot me right through the eye.
Yeah, your mom doesn't
Entrance
strike
wound-
me as somebody who makes shit up.
No, not really. Not
Right.
at all.
Wow.
So
Yeah, that's like it's hard not to hear that and make some sweeping,
Mhm.
like
So,
that is
anyways,
interesting.
but yeah, what's your verdict on Donnie Darko? What did you think?
Oh, it's one of the most thought provoking movies. And that song,
Oh.
it got added to my favorites list.
Oh no, I'm
Go
thinking.
ahead,
I'm
big
thinking
boy.
of the wrong song. It's a mad world.
Yeah. Mad World.
Mad world.
Yeah, I'll have to find it now.
I was thinking of The Sound of Silence, but that's not the right song. That soundtrack is epic for that. It's got In Excess. Something.
Gary
happens.
Jules.
Okay. Mad World.
Yeah.
I'm head over heels. And then there's yeah.
Don't play no more.
Why are you gonna get sad?
Why?
No, we'll get sued.
Oh shit. Okay, Gary Jules, Mad World. Yeah, that's the credits.
That was Doc on the keyboard.
And this is also Doc on the keyboard. This is it. Oh man, where is there? It is.
Fell.
Yes.
Also Doc on the keyboard.
Yep. He's really good. And the tambourine, I got it right over here.
Yeah. And also,
Yeah, when
don't
did-
ask me what you know. It's true.
When did that actually come out?
2001, I think. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Wow.
Very
I could
young.
have swore I seen something about making another one or
They did. They made it a Samantha
they?
Darko, and
Oh,
it just
okay.
didn't have the
Oh,
effect.
God.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies and being comfortable,
Mhm.
tell us about your slippers.
Oh,
Slippers.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got slippers for Christmas this year, I guess it
Mm.
was. And I just chunked them in the closet because I'm not a big slipper guy. But then the other day.
Says he who has been bit by a snake.
Well, I wasn't in slippers.
Right,
I was in
flip-flops.
flippy flops.
Yeah.
I'm just not like a shoe dude at the house at all guy. Like I'm usually just barefoot at the house.
Uh-huh.
But I don't even remember how the hell I seen them, but I was just walking by and looked down and I was like, oh shit, I forgot I even got those. I don't even remember who I got them from. But I slipped them on and I started walking around the house. I was like, dang, it's not bad. So that's why I was like, I'm getting old.
You're a slipper dude.
Or is it just comfortable? I don't know. I don't even know if I'd say I'm 50-50 yet because I'm still more barefooted at the house than I am anything. But
Yeah, except
don't
the
know.
slippers, man.
I need to.
Are they like fuzzy?
They are fuzzy.
They pink?
No, they're not pink.
Oh.
They're manly fuzzy.
Manly fuzzy.
But they're comfortable.
Like blue fuzzy.
They keep your toes warm.
So slippers and tennis shoes or mocks have now conjoined and fused.
Say what now?
What?
You're talking about house slippers.
Yes.
I'm talking about normal everyday slip-on shoes like
They
mocks.
mated.
They've mated and fused into
made
Hey
a
Dudes.
baby.
Do you not have a pair of Hey Dudes
Yeah,
yet?
but they're not slipper. I mean, they're not. When I mean house slippers, like what Doc was talking about, fuzzies. They keep your feet warm.
The Hey Dudes keep my feet warm.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
damn, they don't got no
And-
fuzzy in them.
Does your toes stick out the front? Is there?
No, they're enclosed. They're not
enclosed.
those top.
Yeah.
But again,
I gotcha.
Okay, it's not a slipper and it's not a tennis shoe or a mock, but
Uh-huh.
you can wear them in the house as house shoes,
Where you wear
or
them
you
out.
can take a drive and go to the grocery store.
Yeah, I would never wear my house slippers out to a grocery store. So
So I
Unless they were
disagree.
Hey Dudes.
I would never
You-
wear house slippers to a grocery store.
You've never done it.
Never will I. I barely allow my kids to go out in public in sweatpants.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I go out in sweatpants all the time.
Yeah, I hate sweatpants.
This
I
coming
think
from the
they're-
guy that wears shirts that says "I hate people" with a rainbow on it.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true.
Exactly right.
true.
That's
Good point.
that's saying something.
Well made. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think our attire is becoming more
Lazy.
and more to the akin of the dude in the Big
Yeah.
Lebowski.
Yeah, lazy.
Pretty soon, people are just going to be in the store in their Hey Dudes and their robe.
They
I
already
don't
are, bro.
know that this is a bad thing, right? It's
It's a
like
terrible
American
thing.
fashion has gone from
No, it's a terrible
three-piece
thing.
suit to shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, and
Flip-flops.
I don't think in Europe, Europe's not even on that level. I think Europe still
No.
wears fashionable shoes and
Yeah.
some sort of.
Right.
Americans are just like, give me my Big Mac, my robe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is trash.
Yeah. Wait, the Big Mac?
And a robe.
Hmm.
There's just the reason
I
why I
mean-
don't allow my kids to go out in sweatpants because I identify sweatpants with sleep gear, and I don't want my kids to be going
Okay.
out into public. I want them to dress for success. Basically, is why.
This is interesting.
Then how
This is interesting.
How could you ever be in support of yoga pants?
If you're not a fit person, I'm not.
Okay, that's not the
Oh.
point you were making.
But
point
yoga
is-
pants is not sleepwear. You're not going to go sleep in yoga pants.
I've never worn yoga pants, so I'm not making that
you
assumption
have.
based on my.
I got
personal-
a picture. I got a picture with you yoga pants on.
What?
Yeah, you don't remember the picture? I think you were in a hotel room. You don't.
Where was a pair of yoga pants that would have fit me in the
You
first
had
place?
some kind of black legging thing because you were making fun of all these chicks with yoga. I could have swore I got a
It
picture.
wasn't me, bro.
Are you sure?
I swear
I'm
to God,
almost
I don't
certain it was
ever.
you.
If it was, I had a lot to drink.
Well, that's happened before too.
But I mean, yoga pants could be arguably just a tighter version of sweatpants.
Okay, so
I don't know.
I mean, I guess
I'm
you
not.
can have
I'm
that
not huge.
standard for
There's
your
only one
kids.
reason why I'm a fan of yoga pants. Obviously, I'm a dude.
Mm-hmm.
Besides
Right.
that, I don't like them either.
Obviously, I don't have the same standard myself
Mm-hmm.
that you have, or because I go to the store all the time in sweatpants. My kids go out.
Yeah, I can't stand sweats.
Yeah.
But I don't like.
There's some ethic
I don't
you,
like that.
you grew up with that.
I don't even know if I grew up with that. either.
Again, this guy wears shirts that says "I hate people with
Mhm.
rainbows."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
ethics, I don't think comes into play. Here.
No, and that's what I'm
No,
saying.
some-
I don't mind t-shirts. I think a t-shirt and a shorts and flip flop is better than a pair of sweatpants.
Mm.
Dude, okay, so growing up, I used to wear we had wood floors, and so I'd wear socks because I could
Slide on it.
slide on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'd constantly get in trouble for
Tom
wearing
Cruise.
socks.
Mm.
My dad grew up at a time where socks cost money.
Oh.
So if you
Mhm.
wore socks without shoes, you got slapped.
That's
you got bitch
retarded.
slapped.
Because if you're wearing
Yeah.
socks on a house with wood floors, you're also cleaning the floors as you walk.
Dusting.
Yes.
Even now, it's like I go through so many socks because I
Wear them.
wear them and I slide around my house all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And my daughters do the same thing. We're just like slip sliding everywhere.
Yeah.
Just
I can see Doc. You take my nerves and you rattle my brain.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Slide into the living room.
Yeah, it's weird. Usually as soon as I get home, I don't know because it's what I do, but
Uh-huh.
as soon as I get home, I usually take my socks and shoes off and barefoot from here on out.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I'm not doing anything, obviously. If I'm just hanging out in the house, I'm usually barefooted.
You know what piece of sleepwear I found myself into is a robe, a big old robe with a hood on it.
Yeah, see,
love
I
it.
don't. My sleepwear is boxers.
And I think I'm about to
that's
cut
all
the
I can-
sleeves off.
So
Yeah.
if you're wearing a robe, what's underneath?
Usually nothing. I mean, why do you need anything?
Not even
underneath?
boxers.
Boxers.
So do you sleep naked?
Who wears boxers?
Do you sleep naked?
Yes.
Okay. You-
Yeah.
No.
Why would I, waste the clothes on sleep?
I sleep in a pair of boxers.
Yeah,
I
me
guess if
too.
I had a robe on, I'd wear boxers.
I could not sleep in a robe. I'd get all like feeling all kind of weird. And
Yeah, I toss and turn a lot. So
I
I'd be a
don't sleep
pretzel.
in the robe, but it's nice whenever
you just said, oh, I'll get what
No,
you're
he
saying now.
sleeps naked.
Yeah.
He disrobes
Mhm.
to sleep.
Yeah. But in the evening, I just wear my robe. It's great. It's like comfortable.
So your
Yeah.
verdict is slippers are not really laziness if you're just wearing them around the house. They're just comfortable.
Yeah, they're kind of
Not laziness. I mean, what's
Accept it, dude. You're getting
I'm
old.
getting old for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
yeah, but as kids we had slippers. You know,
No, I never had. I don't think I've ever owned a pair of slippers.
Yeah. I always had. I think I had some Mario Brothers slippers.
Oh, yeah, maybe something like that.
maybe those were available in South Lake.
Yeah.
Out here we had like
we made them
Wario.
for you. Yeah,
Yeah.
we made them for you.
Oh, I definitely had some Littlefoot slippers.
Yeah, I might have had some.
Oh my
Yeah.
Some
God!
of
Talk
those.
about a blast from the past.
Yeah.
The Land Before Time.
That was my stuffed animal. Yeah. That was my
Littlefoot?
stuffed animal growing up. And it was perfect because he had that long neck.
Yeah.
And so I could sleep with him just like right here, my arm around his neck,
Mhm.
and his Littlefoot.
That's cool.
I had a
about that?
cabbage patch.
The things you
Kid.
learn.
Cabbage Patch Kid.
Uh-huh.
That's why you're so demented.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was looking at me.
I just got a payment of $50 from your wife for steak.
No, it was me.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, we hadn't figured out the whole like different Venmo account situation.
Ah,
For steak.
Well,
Are we
put
eating
that on
steak?
everything.
Oh,
Wishful thinking.
I got you. Anyways, in conclusion.
yes.
Oh, talking about things that
Already?
so do the creators of South Park listen to this podcast by any chance?
Maybe.
Because they made an entire episode about a bidet.
It was
And
great.
here we are full circle talking about hemorrhoids and clean butts again.
Yeah, but it was after. I mean, they probably made that before us.
No,
didn't they?
no.
No.
It was
No.
so good.
They make those episodes in like 2 or 3 days.
Oh, so this is a new episode.
This is a brand new
Ah, I see,
episode.
I see,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, it was so good. I sent it to my 13-year-old daughter, and I was like, "That's a sign of how good this is." I'm sending it to my 13-year-old
It
daughter.
was a pretty. Did you not watch it?
Nah.
Oh my god! Now I want a Japanese toilet.
Yeah,
Like you walk in and the toilet welcomes you with soothing, warming light, plays some ambient music, opens the lid, warms the seat. You sit on it and do your business, and then the bidet. Like this is it. This is not the
does.
attachment.
It made me want to get a
Right,
bidet.
it's a full blown.
Yeah, this is a full blown toilet, and of course the tablet's on the wall, so you do your business, and then it comes out and washes your
Spritzes you.
booty,
It's-
and then it air dries you.
It's funny. It's like the dude's wife. He's like, "Okay, no, you got to try this. You got to try this." And finally talks her into it. And he's standing outside the door, and she's just like,
Oh. She's like, how much did this cost, Randy? He's like, I'm in a 10-ish. Yeah, 10-ish. It's like $10? $10,000-ish. Yeah.
and
Freaking worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they were right. Like the whole world, except for the United States, uses water to wash thy hiney.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
But they touched on the why is that not an American thing, and they started talking about toilet paper, and then Randy suddenly gets sniped, and he's like, "Well, can't talk about toilet paper. We're sorry we said anything about this episode. Toilet paper.
yeah.
We love the toilet paper industry. We can't live without them." And that was it.
I mean, there again, it's kind of like paper plates, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need to just get a bidet.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we're all about to get sniped.
Okay. All right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
I think I would rather get a bidet than go without paper plates.
Amazon. How do you spell bidet?
I don't know.
Mm.
Do the talk to
Yeah,
text and see what
you
it
got a
says.
smartphone,
BID
bidet.
I
You're
think-
right. BIDET.
I don't think you can buy a full blown one on Amazon. I think it's all attachments.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And when you buy the toilet, like this crew of Japanese guys comes in and they install it. Hoi, hoi.
Amazon Choice Lux Bidet
Yeah,
Neo
Lux. That's what I've seen.
120 self-cleaning nozzle, $36.
Yeah. that's what
Nah,
I'm talking about.
man.
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems cheap.
Oh my god, that's just because you have to have everything over freaking $400.
Well, I mean, this is talking about your fanny, man. You're gonna
It's
spend-
water on your butthole,
It's
dude.
probably not warmed water though.
No, it's not
That's-
warmed water. You have to hook it up to the goddamn hot water heater if you want warm.
Unless you had a warming, if your bidet warmed your water for you.
That's a big device.
But another thing is, where do you get the power? The power of these things? Okay, there's nobody puts a plug next to the toilet. So,
It's
Very good point.
I think it's battery.
Okay.
yeah, I'm not reaching around to
More-
recharge. To pull that battery out to recharge it.
No, it's like it's right down here on your. On
Okay,
your
I
right
am
side.
going on a rabbit hole this week.
All
Okay.
right. We'll
Yeah.
come back with the best
Yeah.
bidet attachments next
Yeah.
episode.
I think we should make it a personal task for each whiskey to bro to go buy their own little bidet
Attachments.
and review it. Next one.
Our next video.
What is coming? Oh, next week
what
is
is
the
next
1 year
weekend?
anniversary of our podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Kind of, since
It's crazy.
we
no,
well,
it is
Well, technically.
What
Kind of.
episode is this?
late
50.
30s.
38?
No, we didn't do
Seven?
52 episodes in
No.
52 weeks. We're not that good yet.
No.
Okay.
30 something.
Damn close. Damn
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, 30 something.
Not bad for a bunch of amateurs.
Oh, we should catch it up this week. We should try to do like
Not bad.
whatever 14 episodes in the next
3
like,
every
week.
day.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Ah,
I don't have that kind of mental capacity.
Oh, come on.
We just be in here talking about, hey, look at that spot on the table.
Should we give next week, just say it.
Yeah,
It's going to be Whiskey
it's gonna be
Bros
something special. I don't-
and Whiskey Babes.
Bringing the babes
we're
out.
Bringing the
Mhm,
babes
bring the
out.
babes.
We'll see how kind of crazy.
Sarah's been taking notes for the last week, and I was made to aware that my idea for Dusty's what was my game with Dusty, whatever that was not truly my idea. It was kind of hers.
Yeah. That,
Oh.
sounds like a
You got
woman.
okay. Yeah, I got you.
So, anyways,
At least your wife listens to it.
yeah, she does. She gets tickled, and sometimes she's like, "You make me blush on that show." The things you say. Thanks
Okay,
for listening,
remember
babe.
that for Gin Fag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Remember what?
she doesn't listen to our episodes.
I don't know that Mel has either.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But I
Thumbs
don't,
up
I don't
your
listen
wives.
to him either.
harass her.
Yeah.
I think mom does every time, but
Well, maybe they'll listen after they're on them.
probably not.
Is your mom like Chance's mom? She's like, "Hey son, you shouldn't cuss so much."
No, she's just like Chance's mom. Chance, you cuss too much.
Yeah.
My mom says the same thing his mom tells him.
Really?
Well, didn't your mom tell
Should
us?
we listen?
your
Like,
mom
should
was-
we become more appropriate?
I
Like
mean, if you want-
non-explicit?
If you want to, I don't
That
care.
just doesn't
That's gonna
sound
be
fun to
tough.
me.
This is real. This is real talk. This is
Or
dudes sitting
maybe
around
we do
talking.
it like
we know
did
who our
Carson.
audience is.
Yeah, if they want that, there's more structured podcasts they can go listen.
Maybe
to.
we
Yeah.
do like we did with Carson. If Chance says the F word, he's got to take a shot on the Lord.
Oh.
You're gonna have to buy a lot of Malort, man,
Yeah, we are.
and drive me home at the end of the night.
And I'll be here like, fuckity, fuck.
Yeah, you will.
Fuck, 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 fuck.
Just give me the bottle.
That's your-
But, yeah, so it ought to be fun. I don't know why we're
Yeah,
at.
your mom is a hypocrite, though. Okay.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is, because she's like, I couldn't listen to your X-rated episode, blah blah blah. And then last night we're all sitting around the campfire and like, Dorothy, we're talking about getting in the porn industry. And she's like, I'll be the madam. I'm like, come on. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Dorothy and her corned beef.
No, she didn't have hash. She just had corned beef.
I know.
I don't know.
Stealing that Weller off the shelf.
Yeah, Weller 12 in the sauce.
Okay, I've had enough. Tired
Yeah,
of you
but
guys.
listen next week for sure. It'll be fun. I think.
Yeah, don't
Or
put
it'll be
Weller 12 in your sauce.
or we'll all be
Don't
divorced.
do it.
One of the two
Yeah.
next week.
You
Who
can't
knows?
afford it. Only people from South Lake can afford Weller 12 in their corned beef
Shut
sauce.
up! You don't even have a bottle of Weller 12.
Yeah, it wouldn't last in my house.
How many bottles? Do you just have the bottle of the, not the benchmark?
No, he's got. You
What
had
I
a couple
bring,
last
I-
time I was over there. You had a couple of different
Yeah.
somethings, but they were all
Some
like
High West.
that low.
Yeah. I don't finish them because it makes me feel like I have a collection.
Yeah, no, you don't
Yeah.
finish them because it makes you feel like you have a problem.
I don't have to have a collection. I have all the whiskey I would ever want to try out here.
Yeah, you just come try our whiskeys.
Yeah. He makes the most money out of all of us, and he's the biggest mooch.
I doubt that's true. I doubt I make more money than you guys.
I can promise you make more than I do.
All right. Well, I love you fuckers.
On that note.
And next week we'll be here with the Whiskey
Yeah.
Babes. So thanks for listening and good night.
Adios.
You've been listening to the Whiskey Bros Around the Table.
Gracias por convivir con los hermanos Whiskey.